Yeah, it definitely is. Obviously we've lacked a little bit of that firepower earlier on in the year, but with these guys down and healthy, we got to take advantage of this and hopefully make a little run here.
What does that do, looking towards the postseason, although it's a couple months away?
Yeah, it comes up with us as a staff, and it's still there. It's not like I've been on teams, and even at the NHL level, where you're out by Christmas or January, and it's not a good feeling. But the fact that we're in a division or a conference that's a little weaker with the points, so we got to try to take advantage of it. And like I said, take advantage of having Schmaltz, Mash back, and then we'll get Gus back here soon, and it'll be a nice lineup to have, and hopefully we can make a run at it.
What does it do for you guys to have players like Mott and Spencer going up and coming back?
Well, it just shows that they're committed up there to giving guys a chance to play, and whether, obviously with Motter coming down, I'm sure you'll see him back up there at one point. Selfish reasons, we don't want him to go back up, and it was great for a guy like that. But for now, Sammy Carrick or Labrie or Dowell, these guys got to think that maybe there's something there if we play well enough, and hopefully they get their games going too.
We're giving up a lot of goals. Is that just you look at it as a blip, or is there a problem here you see with the defense?
Well, I always blame it on the goalie coach. Anytime he's not here, so he can't defend himself. No, you know what? We got in a little trouble there at the start of the year with our systems, and we've tweaked it, and I think we've done a lot better job. But we were a little lack in defensive coverage, and we were running around a little bit. And I think we hit some teams that were right off the bat. You go Cleveland is a good hockey team, and the Chicago's, and these guys you make a mistake, they put the puck in the net. And I think we tightened up our neutral zone a lot better. So instead of them just walking in on an odd man rush, they're dumping more pucks in. So it's maybe giving us a chance to win some hockey games.
Is there anything to it that, it kind of seems like a couple goals go in and then they just keep going in, and then you guys keep up bucking?
Yeah, it's and you can see it. It's a little frustrating because we give up a breakaway in the first shift of the first period, and our goalie, obviously you hope he can make the save, but they're tough saves to make, and it goes in, and you could just see that, here we go again kind of thing. But I think the last few games we stuck with it, even though we outshot teams and stuff. Even though it was a goal went in like that, we still stayed positive on the bench, and that's something we got to work at.
How do you guys assess the way you're playing in the second periods? I know that was a struggle.
Yeah, I've never been on a team that struggled so much in a second period. I mean, you're going to have your ups and down periods. It might be the first period, it might be the first 5 minutes, but we have really battled with the second period. And then all of a sudden we snap out of it, and two games in a row there, our second periods are better than our first and our third. But then we go right back to the same thing. I don't know what it is. You try to do different things. You try not to bring it up in meetings. You try not to mention it. Or you do mention it, and you try, hey, let's keep it simple or what have you. But I don't know. It's just like some guys are not scoring goals. We have problems with our second period. We're kind of snake bitten.
What's the plans for Glass?
Well, we just, I guess they're working on some immigration stuff and waiting for him to come in. And, it's like anything. I think we called up a couple defensemen from Indy just to show the other guys, like, hey, you got to get your game going. And if not, you're going to be out. And, now we have some guys we can throw back in there. So I think it's just the same thing. It's, the goalies ain't playing bad, but I don't think we're at the point where we'd like as a coaching staff to making the saves we need. So maybe you bring in a third goalie, a guy who's kind of established in the KHL and has been around a bit. Maybe go in and win a few games and put a little pressure on the other two.
What do you expect Gustav to bring to the team? What do you want him to bring to the team?
Well, obviously he's a talented player. He's a good prospect, and obviously having him in Traverse City and watching him up with Chicago, he's an NHL hockey player. Obviously, we're blessed to have him right now. Let's take advantage of having him, and I just like to see him play his game, not to try to do too much. I think as NHL guys come down to the minors, they realize it's a pretty good hockey league, and if they try to do a little too much, thinking they're, say, Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux, they probably don't know who that is, but when they try to play like that, that's when they get in a little trouble. So if he just plays his game, keeps it simple, makes the first pass, gets up into play, I think we'll enjoy watching him.